Hello! You might be thinking, what year is it? 2012? Who is even making fancast videos anymore? Me. I am. A while back, Marie Lu announced that Legends film rights have been bought, and they're hoping to make a TV series out of it. And while this isn't the first time Legends rights have been bought, I'm really hoping this time will be the time it actually gets adapted, because 1, finally, and 2, if it gets stuck in development hell again, this fancast will become obsolete in like 2 years. Now for starters, I won't be focusing on every single character, there's just too many of them, and I'll only be pulling from the pool of actors that I already know. But when it comes time for the actual casting, I sincerely hope Hollywood goes the route of finding lesser known actors. They have the resources and we need some fresh faces. First up, Day. Important to note, our main duo have officially been aged up to 18 in the TV show, which I think is a good choice. That means I'll accept anyone in the 17 to 22 age range. Day is half Mongolian and half white, and I hope they'll try their best to find an actor of Mongolian descent, but if they can't, I'll honestly take any actor of any Asian descent. As long as we get that rep, you know. Ryan Potter was the best Dreamcast I've personally seen when the fandom was still alive, but he's definitely too old now, even to play an 18-year-old. And so, my pick for Day is Matthew Sato. He is currently 20 years old and he is of Japanese, Hawaiian, Chinese, and Irish descent. I've seen a few clips of him in interviews and the show Doogie Kameloa MD, and I have decided that he is a good actor. I like the calm, gentle vibes he gives off in real life, which I think really matches how caring Day is, but he can also capture Day's more sassy, sarcastic side.
I wish I could go to the dance.
You find a high school girl and ask her.
Can't believe you guys are still talking about Lahela and Walter. It's like, so what? I've kissed 45 girls.
45?
45?
Plus, he already has lightish hair, which means it wouldn't look super out of place if he had to dye his hair blonde. And yes, he doesn't have blue eyes, but that's what VFX is for. Second up, June. June's ethnicity isn't specifically stated in the books, she's just vaguely mentioned as looking native, maybe, which is vague, but outside of the books, Marie Lu has said that June is mixed race, mostly of Hispanic and Native American heritage. The best fan cast I've seen is Devery Jacobs, but like Ryan Potter, she is too old to pass for a teenager now. My first pick for June is Ali'i Carvalho, who you might know as a voice actor for Moana. She's currently 21 and she is of Native Hawaiian, Puerto Rico, Portuguese, Chinese, and Irish descent. Mostly, I just think it would be cool to see her in an action role, since we've mostly just seen her as high schoolers so far.
Don't be mad, just a little bit, I promise. It's the best cheesecake I've ever had, and you're saying no.
Fair? I'm sorry, that must really suck, life not being fair. You know what you should do to make yourself feel better? I don't know, you should hang out with your 2 parents at your vacation home.
Another pick I have is Isabella Merced. She's 20 and Peruvian American. You probably know her as Dora in the Dora movie, but I first saw her in Sicario Day of the Soldado, and she was amazing in it. She could play tough, she could play emotional, and she was only like 16 at the time.
I should expel you.
Do it. That's what I thought. I know who you are. You're the attorney whose family they killed.
Not they.
My father.
Next up is Tess. She's 13 in the books, but I'm assuming they'll age her up for the show too, or else that kissing scene in Prodigy would be real freaky. Way back when I wanted Mackenzie Foy, but she is 21 years old now. So, my pick is Darby Camp. She is 14, she has reddish hair like Tess, and she's really good for a child actor, even if the movies she's in aren't that good in and of themselves. But anyway, I think she can really capture the sweetness of Tess, and I have no doubt she can get Tess's bitterness and toughness too. Hello, Editing Emily here. I realized that I said I would cast someone older for Tess, but then I still casted a 14-year-old instead. So, I'm just gonna hope that they cut out that kissing scene in season 2, because I feel like that was always out of place anyway. Okay, bye.
I swear, he just showed up.
Oh, it just showed up, huh?
What is that? What are you doing?
Air quotes. It's a thing that grown-ups do when they say something that they don't mean.
Please, Uncle Casey, can't you just stay for one night?
No, absolutely not. I promised your mom.
Please.
No, I'm gonna fall for your little girl powers.
It's not safe for you here. You're too big. And if they find you, they'll do really bad things to you. You can't let that happen. There are no other dogs like you.
Next up, Kaede. She is Japanese, 19 years old, and a real badass. The fandom favorite was Arden Cho, but she is now 36 years old. My original pick was Kiko Mizuhara, who's Korean-American but grew up in Japan. However, I also just found out she is 31 years old, which is, as you may have guessed, too old to pass for a teenager. My current pick, I actually stumbled across by accident. I was searching up Xochitl Gomez to see if she could be June, only to find out she's only 15. But while in the cast list for Babysitters Club, I came across Aya Furukawa. She's 22 and Japanese, and she can really rock that bobbed haircut. Based on looks alone and the mean older sister vibes in Babysitters Club, I would love to see her as Kaede.
Is this triptych intended as a pop art homage? Or do you feel you have something to say about American consumerism that hasn't been said before?
Next up are some characters I never really pictured in my head. So for most of them, they're not exactly fan casts and more just like actors I wouldn't mind in this role. First, Mateus, June's older brother. It's unclear if he'll be aged up as well, but for now I'm working under the assumption he's still 27 years old. For Ali Carvalho's June, I have Alex Iono, who is Samoan and Maori. He's always playing clueless ditzy teenagers, but that man is 26 and perhaps he would like to break out of being typecast. Next, Thomas, Mateus' so-called friend and overall bitch boy. Like Mateus, I don't really care what he looks like, so all I have down is Kian Johnson, who you might know from Alita Battle Angel. They could actually just cast any brunette guy and I will just take it. Andon, he has always been the hardest to fan cast for me. He is 20, of Greek and unspecified Asian heritage, and I hope he'll be staying the same age so that the age gap between him and June won't become gigantor again. I don't know any young Greek actors, so I'm just gonna pick actors with Asian heritage. Like I said previously, these are just actors I wouldn't mind in the role, not that I specifically wish they were. But regardless, here it goes. AJ Freeze, he is 23 and of Indian descent. Also, Aramis Knight, who is 22 and of Indian and Pakistani descent. I just think they can both look real snazzy in Andon's fancy suits and flight gloves, and bonus points that AJ Freeze has somewhat curly hair. They're also close in age to the actors I picked for June, so that's decidedly less creepy than in the books. Lastly, Commander Jameson. This is just wishful thinking because I really doubt this actress would want to be in the YA thing, but when reading the books, I've always pictured Jameson's dialogue in the voice of Cate Blanchett. She has such a buttery, menacing voice, and seeing her almost villainous role in Nightmare Alley only cements that she would be amazing as this wacko evil commander.
All right. I'll give you something. In exchange for the truth.
Truth about what?
Yourself. I give you a little information, and you tell me the truth.
So that's it for now. I don't really have any fan casts for John, Eden, and Day's mother, so sorry if you were looking forward to those. If anyone actually watches this, leave your fan casts in the comments, and I hope we get more info about this show soon. Bye!